I'm actually going to use some proper lighting to make a much better video. My video from yesterday of the C43 AMG Ute was horrendous. My apologies for anyone who was stuck seeing that. Today we're going to be talking about my EJ22 swapped 1981 Subaru because it hasn't gotten a lot of love on the channel, and just in general haven't had a lot of time to be able to work on it. But I've ordered a bunch of parts. I'm going to go through that really quickly and just a game plan of what I'm going to be doing to it and then what I'm going to be doing moving forward. So let's start with just a little brief review of what the heck this is. So yes, it is a rally car because I've done time, speed, distance rally in it. I actually got first place in it, and I've done rallycross in it before, even before I had these cute 13-inch wheels, which are they're just adorable. You can see that there's a little bit of body damage on it, and then back here, where I got ceremonially yanked out a little bit too hardcore on it. Whoops. But besides that, the amount of rust that's on this car is pretty minimal. And then there's a couple of custom things in the interior. These seats did not come with this car. I wish I still had the plaid ones that were back there. Yes, this does have four-wheel drive. It has dual range four-wheel drive. You can see that right there, which is pretty cool. Got a little bit of a custom dash right there. But this thing does run really well for what it is. And part of it is because of this right here. This is an EJ22 out of a 1995, and it does have OBD2. You can tell most of the wiring is just kind of chilling there from half of it's from the 95, and there's a couple of things that are left over from the 1981 side of things. In true Subaru fashion, yes, it does leak oil. I've actually got most of it from this fitting right here. There's a special fitting. If you ever do a EJ22 swap in your old Subaru, just know that this fitting is an Imperial fitting. As we found out, there's an adapter from a company, I think, called Honeybee that actually makes that. But a lot of this has been replaced. I've replaced the alternator recently. There's my hardcore, custom air intake with a piece of wood that's holding it up. Really the only thing that I need to do on this is that this throttle doesn't articulate all the way. Because the sweep of the accelerator pedal of the 1981 is different than the sweep of this. So I'm going to actually bend up the pedal a little bit to see if I get some more articulation out of that. And yes, this does have the fancy third headlight. I'm actually going to show you that right now because this is like one of the weirdest party tricks. Don't know why Subaru had this, but yep, that is a headlight. That's the third headlight. So Subaru. They keep you wondering sometimes. What else is going on? So down here, this is where the fun is going to be happening. I have a new steering rack. So I bought this from someone on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm in the process of getting this. This is the inner tie rod. You can see that the donor inner tie rod is not, that. So I got some inner tie rods that I'm going to be replacing. And then I also have the outer tie rods that they are going to be, they're somewhere around here. So, of course, the outer tie rods. So those are going to go on there. It's because this steering rack right here is a lot tighter than the steering rack that's on that. So the guy from Facebook Marketplace also gave me part of the steering column that goes into this as well, which is great. And, of course, I'm going to make sure that all of these seals are ready to go. And of course I have some new, definitely don't want to do that. But these, these are all cracked and old, so I'm going to be replacing them with this as well. I do not want to lose those. But that's what I got so far for this. I also bought, let me see here, bushings. So these are bushings for a whole bunch of different things. There's a company that makes this whole bushing set, and it's actually cheaper for me to just buy the whole bushing set. There they are. There we go. It's a DR. Gosh, they're stuck in there. DRW bushings. So that's pretty cool. I got some people saying hey, so I'll say hey back. This is probably the first time that I've been able to say this back. So hello. Yeah, so these bushings, some of these bushings are for things like the upper control arm. Let's see if you can get in here Yeah, there isn't really much that you can see. I'm also probably going to go get some new struts as well. Just everything over here is just a little bit tired. So Facebook is, wow, I said the wrong channel here. YouTube, because we're doing YouTube Live right now. YouTube is doing a challenge right now to be doing live streams. And so I'm attempting this to the very best of my abilities. And I hope that whether you're watching this now or at a later time, that this is reasonably entertaining for you. But the plan is to start driving this more. And before the fall, I want to be able to like take my kid to school every once in a while in this. I absolutely love driving the car, but it's just, it was starting to get really vague while driving it. And then now that I've looked at this, it's like, oh, my ball joints are torn, things like that. So I'm going to be taking care of all of that stuff before we do that in the fall. One last thing before we get going for the day. These. So I had these wheels powder coated, and I think that the color, because this is like a cream color, or it was a cream color at one point, that's off a completely different car, but this is the original color of the car. And trying to match that with this, I think that the guy that did this did a really good job. These are 13-inch performance tires from Turkey. I've had them on this car for like 10 miles just to see how they were. And they work a lot better for, you know, road holding than these do. These are starting to get a little worn out. There only has like 10,000 miles on them, but it's been 10,000 very hard miles. And now that I know that the suspension's all screwed up, I'm not really surprised that you know, they've kind of worn down a little bit. At one point, you could actually see the difference between the tread, but they're probably equaled out a little bit by now. So also got an axle over there to replace, but this thing is just an absolute hoot to drive. So thanks for hanging out with us for just a couple of minutes here on this beautiful Friday. This is Steven from the Bad Ideas Garage. Let me see here. So if you're listening to this, I will be continuing to post videos of the Nissan Frontier, the supercharged Nissan Frontier, but I actually sold that. So as a thank you to anyone that's watching right now, you now get a little bit of the tea is that I sold the Nissan Frontier, the supercharged Nissan Frontier, and the money that I made off of that, I actually got a Jaguar. One of the videos that I get roasted on because I apparently wasn't saying the right thing. There's a longer story about that. But one of the videos here about Jaguars that I posted. So I got myself a Jaguar so I can actually learn about the Jaguar culture from the inside out. But mine has a 350 in it from a Chevy Suburban. So I'm going to be, rebuilding the carburetor on that and getting some new tires on that. What else? The Mazda 3 now has a self-driving computer. I'll do a video on that. Maybe I think that's probably my next live stream. And then the Ford Mustang Mach-E, still really enjoying that. And then of course the C43 AMG I'm actually using it as a truck right now because why not? I think that's all we got. We sold off the buses and I sold off the Capri. We still have the Mazda, Miata, Subaru Justy swap as well. That's kind of on hiatus. So if you want to see more progress on that, let me know. Hit us up. You can hit us up here and all the other socials. But I'm going to go swimming. So hope everyone has a great afternoon. Thanks. This is Steven from the Bad Ideas Garage. Catch you later.